Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome to Ask Hellish II. I asked in my episode, which I called Ask Hellish, if you had any questions for me, and you did have some, so let's do it again. First question, JP Bomb. What kind of graphics card do you have? Well, I can tell you exactly what kind of graphics card I have because I just had a little look before I started recording. I've got an AMD Radeon HD 6900, so quite old. When I bought it new, it was fairly powerful. I've had it a long time, and it's probably the one thing in my computer that needs upgrading the most. Sagabub 1497, yes, do the UK full mode open TTD game. That wasn't a question. That was just it was a statement. Somebody wants me to do full UK mode open TTD game. Maybe we'll do a subscriber game of that sometime. We'll see. Camille Chris has a question. Do you have a PO box? No, unfortunately I do not have a PO box. PO boxes are moderately expensive, and only YouTubers who actually make loads of money would be able to afford one and do one. I cannot afford to do that. If I got a PO box, I think it would cost more to have that than I get from YouTube. So no, sorry, not an option. If you've got anything digital you want to send to me, you can do so through the links and chats and all that, different social media networks and stuff. All the links for all that is in the description. Feel free to send me digital pictures and maps and whatever, I don't mind. But nothing physical, no PO box I'm afraid. Magic Monkey didn't have a question. Oh no, he did have a question. Magic Monkey asks, I noticed when you turn around that you have a large bald spot coming on. How long until you go completely bald? Actually, I know what you're talking about, and there hasn't actually been a change in my hair for a very long time. I suppose it is a little bit not as hairy as it used to be many years ago, but what you noticed was actually a bit of a lighting photography thing where the way that cameras work and lights work, you can actually see through people's hair better than you normally can with the human eye, and especially with the bright lights. So to answer your question, you actually saw something that was there anyway, and the camera just was a bit of an optical illusion. It made it worse. And James has a question. Well, no, it's not a question. Why? Well, some of these aren't really questions. He says, whoa, crazy hair there, Master Hellish. Thank you, James. I don't know why James felt the need to put that in there. Question from Snoogle. Hello to you, sir. It's nice to see you popping along on the various different things. Your question was, what do you think of your Dutch followers? Now, to be honest, I'm not quite sure how to approach that question. If you're going to look at it at face value, I don't care whether somebody's Dutch or not. I don't care if you're Dutch. I don't care if you're Scottish. I don't care if you're from Belgium, Australia, whatever. So what do I think about them? Exactly the same thing that I think about the rest of my followers. I think you are all brilliant. You're fantastic. You give very good constructive criticism, good ideas, all sorts of brilliant stuff. So yeah, I think the same as all my other followers. Meepa. Hello Meepa, hello to you. Hope things are going good. How does one question? You just did. Euperia, thanks for the answers. That was from the previous one. You're welcome, Euperia. I don't mind doing these question and answers. I'm finding them quite fun to do, so we'll see. Tidmouth says, well, what did you have for breakfast this time? I may as well ask again. I haven't actually had breakfast yet. It's still quite early in the morning. The morning sun is coming up out my window. I've decided to use that natural light for today's video. Sometimes I set up lamps, and sometimes I just don't bother. It depends how short and how much time I have. At the minute, with wedding planning and a couple of other things going on in my life, very short for time, so we're using a natural light of a window today. Hope it's working good. So yes, I'm sorry Tidmouth, no breakfast today. But if you'd have rephrased your question differently, you could have said, what did you last have for breakfast? then I might have been able to tell you what I had for breakfast yesterday. But you didn't, so I'm not going to tell you. I've got somebody here with a comment asking me to join a multiplayer server for KSP. I would love to do that if I had the time. Unfortunately, I do not. So I will be thankful for your invitation, but I will be having to decline that, unfortunately. And then he's also asked a question. So this is JM764. Not sure if anybody's asked this before or not, but how long have you played OpenTTD for before you started recording it? So my first experience of OpenTTD was when I was I'm going to say very young-ish. I don't remember. The game had not long been out, and this is before the deluxe version came out. So I had the original Transport Tycoon, and I've been playing it on and off since then. That was back in the day when you could put a disc in a computer, copy all the files and just play it. There was no need to update, there was no need to keep the disc in the drive. It was great. But of course it was full of bugs and stuff. Well, was it? No, because games were properly done, properly finished back in those days. So yeah, how long have you played? I can't give you an exact number, but when the game first came out, I've been playing on and off, and then I've been playing OpenTTD for quite a number of years as well, because I lost that Transport Tycoon disc. I have no idea where it is. It's not in my possession now. I was at my mum and dad's house, and I don't know. So, mum and dad, if you're watching, which you don't, well, you do watch some of them. Give me my disc, because, well, you've moved house as well. You probably haven't got it. It probably went in a car boot somewhere. I have no idea. Before I started recording, so there you go. I've been playing a very long time. The Griff just purely said thanks for the previous questions. We've got a random question from A. Taylor saying, do you like Doctor Who? If so, what is your favourite Doctor Who episode? And there's another one here. So, yes, do I like Doctor Who? Yes, I like Doctor Who. If so, what is your favourite Doctor? I'm one of these Doctor Who followers who haven't seen many of the older Doctor Who's. I've only seen the more recent ones, the re-release that they did. What was it? 8 years ago now? Jeez. I think we're in season 8 or 9. Tidmouth will be able to tell me. Please comment, Tidmouth. Cheers. That would be fantastic. And yeah, so I've only from when Billy Piper came in as the assistant, that is where I started watching every episode. I've seen some of the older stuff and I've enjoyed it, but I haven't seen enough of it for me to feel like I've attached myself to any of those particular Doctors. Every time there's a new Doctor, I seem to think this is my new favourite, and I can never settle down. I think David Tennant was amazing. He is a brilliant actor. I did attach to the Matt Smith Doctor better, so we'll see. I haven't seen many of the episodes with the latest Doctor in yet, so we will see how I feel about that when I've watched them more. So, what's your favourite? I can't really say, because I do flip between them, but yes, I do like Doctor Who. Second question from you. 2 questions, greedy little beggar. Would you ever do a series of SimCity, a Let's Play? I would, if I thought you guys would like to see it. I've played SimCity before, especially the new one. To be honest, I got bored very quickly, but maybe we can come up with a challenge which would make me interested in it. It's one of those games where you build something, and when you realise that you've built something that's stable, like there's no major traffic problems, you've got a currency, you know, you've got a good cash flow, that's where I lose interest, because the challenge goes for me, which is why I don't play Minecraft in creative. I play it in survival. There's a challenge that you feel accomplishment out of building something. You have to put a lot of time and effort in, and when you look back at what you've built, you feel a set of accomplishment. I lost that in SimCity quite a bit because I didn't find it enough of a challenge, but we'll see. If you guys want me to do it, we'll do it. On that note, in a few weeks' time, I'm thinking about putting a vote up on my Facebook page where you guys can vote for the next series. I will have no control. Well, I will have control because I'll create the list for you to choose from, but you will be able to choose. Right, next one. Robstar had a comment saying that I seemed a bit drunk. I wasn't drunk, I literally just woken up. Leads me to my question: do you drink coffee a lot or a little? I do not drink coffee at all. In fact, I don't think I've ever drank coffee, purely because the smell. I don't like the smell of coffee. I'm sure I've tasted, and whenever I have coffee flavoured things like a coffee sweet or anything like that, or like coffee chocolate or whatever, I don't like it. I just don't like the taste. I have never been compelled to drink it. People very often drink coffee for a pick-me-up. I drink energy drinks sometimes. I try and limit myself so I don't have too many. But yeah, energy drink is my coffee. I do not drink coffee, my friend. Thank you for your question. And then I think if you're going to pronounce this as a word, it might be Galplez. Galpz. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. But you have a question. Do you have a job? Yes, I do have a job. I work in IT. I mentioned it in the video that you commented on, I believe. Watch the video. Also, when are you going to do a multiplayer subscriber game with us? Thanks a lot. I very rarely can say, oh, I'm going to be doing it then next, or stuff. Basically, if you want to know when I'm going to be doing events, get on my Facebook page. Every time I do an event, I will list it on that Facebook page, on the events. If you don't have Facebook, you might want to follow me on Twitter, but I will usually also post it on Google Plus as well. So if you've asked a question, you must have a Google account, so that's one way of doing it. But the best place to follow those events is my Facebook page. If you also want to follow the Lonesome events, which is the more groupy things that me and the Lonesome guys do, like the championships and things like that, then go onto the Lonesome Facebook page. If you want to get to the Lonesome Facebook page, in my description there's a link to lonesome.net, and on lonesome.net there's a link to events. Okay, so yeah, if you follow those two event pages, you'll never miss out on any of the games I'm going to do. There is a subscriber game coming up soon, but I don't have the information here, so go check the events page. I will be tweeting about it, I'll be putting it on Facebook, and hopefully I'll see you all there. Well, that's all the questions I got for this time. I want to thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions for me for Ask Hellish 3, I'm going to keep these going, probably do one maybe every other month or something like that. So, please feel free to ask your questions down below. But for Ask Hellish 3, we're going to have a theme, Ask Technology Questions. So, we're going to veer away from me a little bit. We're going to go towards more technology. Whether I enjoy certain technology, or whether I know about technology, or whether what I think about a new technology or an old technology, whatever you like. Let's do one based on technology. So Ask Hellish 3 will be a technology based one. I want to thank you in advance for your questions. Thank you for watching now. Until I see you sometime soon, thank you for watching. Goodbye.